Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. So, what am I doing today? It's something I've been meaning to do for a while, so what I'm going to do here and just show you. So for Christmas, I decided to go ahead and I've been very generous, to be fair. At least my brother thinks so. So I went ahead and, ooh, this is a little bit, okay. So this is a combat command, so I'm going to do here, let's put that autofocus back on. There we go. So as you can see here, we have 10 T-80s and 10 BMP-2s. So it's really hard to actually see the writing. I don't know why they put yellow on this like light green background. Probably not the best idea. But yeah, this is one of the micro armor combat commands from GHQ, which is really, really good. So the rule set I'm going to be using this with is a fistful of toes free. Do forgive the camera position. You know what, I think I'm getting closer. I'm getting closer. I'm currently doing this in the kitchen at the moment. But one day I will have a desk. But this is probably the best thing I've ever had so far, so we're getting there. Yeah, maybe like a different tripod as well. I've got some lights behind me actually. So hopefully that will mean better lighting. So what do you actually get in the box? Let's take a look. So I've got these guys primed at the moment. There we go. So I know they're a little bit jumbled. They did get kind of knocked around as I brought them downstairs, unfortunately. But we have 10 BMP-2s in here. We have 10 T-80s. Now, these guys are white due to the fact that I have primed them. I'm just going to do a little bit of painting today. Just a little bit. I just want to, like, try out the camera again. So what I'm going to do here, then, is, let's see if you guys can see this. Let's see. Can I get this to focus? Yeah, there we go. The actual detail of these models is just insane. Absolutely insane. Let's see. Let it focus. Come on, you can do it, baby. There we go. So, I mean, obviously this is primed with white, which makes it a little bit easier to see. Again, this is 6mm scale, so incredible details here for this sort of scale. There you go. There we go. Excellent. So you can actually see all the additional armor, the explosive reactive armor that was actually added onto this model. Really nice. So what I'm going to try and do here then is, I'm just interested in trying to set up more than anything. So let's see. Get that focused. There we go. We'll keep that about there. Should be okay. So I'm going to be using the Vallejo US Dark Green. The reason being, I haven't been able to get any Russian green. I've got like a primer, but it's a little bit too watery for my taste. So I'm going to go with the US Dark Green. Just, it's not too dissimilar really between that and Russian green. So yeah, I'm going to use that. Using a tile, by the way, like an old tile. But actually really, really good for this sort of thing. You get a nice amount of space. And it's a good surface, it easily cleans off. So what I'm going to do then is just put a bit of water down here, then and just mix a little bit of this in. Yeah, the reason why I'm not using the Russian green is it's too watery, at least the primer is. I think they're supposed to be used for like the airbrushes, to be fair, so that is probably the reason why. There we go. The only thing is with 6mm, because they're so small and the details are so intricate, I really try to get off quite a lot from the actual bristles here before I do go in. So I'm just going to have a go with the actual hole really. So let's see, I'll zoom this out just slightly. Hopefully that'll work. Yeah, that looks okay. My hand's kind of in the way here. So I'm going to have to get used to this. So let's see, just a little bit. Now sometimes it can get a little bit too much off. I mean, this is a fairly small brush, to be fair. Might want a little bit more water in that actually, just to make it a little bit more runny. There we go. Forgive me, I'm being very awkward here, and that is because I'm not used to this setup. I tell you, the day that I get a proper desk will be amazing. Absolutely amazing. And there we go. So yeah, I always like to start with the turret ring just because obviously it would have been a large flat area. At least you can just see how it's going to apply on. There we go. I mean, this is a small brush, to be fair, so maybe not the best one to be using. But I don't like to put on too much just because it's one of these things on. Well, it's one of these things you can put it on, but you can't take it off easily, can you? So lights, be careful. Right. Try just a little bit down there. But I think this is not a bad colour. It's not exactly the Russian dark green, well, the Russian green, but it's not too dissimilar really. So I think it's close enough, I suppose. Close enough for now. In the future, I'll probably get the correct colour, but I didn't have much time, so I wanted to get this tested out first, really. There we go. It's not going on too badly, actually. Might be, it's a little bit thin. Well, not so much thin, but it could probably do a little bit more water. The thing is, I don't want to put in too much water because then it becomes really difficult, I suppose. But I'll put some more water in. I'm not a painting pro, by the way, as you probably well can guess. But hey, it's all about the effort, isn't it, really? Let's see, just get a little bit further in. Let's see. One day they will invent a autofocus that is awesome, but not today. You can see just the details here are amazing. I do have shaky hands, by the way, so that's not the camera. I don't know, I blame it on the coffee. There we go. I'm probably being a little bit too much of a fairy here and not using enough water. So we'll mix that. Get a little bit more in there. I mean, it is a small brush to be fair, so it's not going to hold tremendous amounts. But I think that's probably about right. Yeah, that's good on a lot better. So I do hope everybody had a really good Christmas holiday. And no, New Year isn't far away. Was it New Year's Eve tomorrow? That's going to be awesome. I'd love to know what you guys have got planned. I've ordered some umeshu, which it's a sake version actually, which is very good. It's going to be plum flavoured, which is going to be very, very nice. Looking forward to that. Yeah, so I reckon what I'm going to do is greet the new year with some umeshu shots, which would be nice. I suppose it makes a difference to vodka or something. And then probably a nice glass of wine afterwards. Oh well. We all have our vices, don't we? There we go. You can see just how dark the screen is. But this is why I like the white primer, just because it's one of these of, there's such a massive contrast between the actual colour that you're applying and then the actual primer colour. It really makes spotting the details really nice. I'm quite blind as is. So, I mean, if you guys aren't particularly great when it comes to seeing either, you'll appreciate it too. Very much so. But the beauty of these vehicles is it's like, the less you do, probably the better really. So I'm not going to put much in the way of colours on here. Obviously just get the green on here. And beyond that, a couple of details, but that'll be about it really. Okay. I'm being far too cautious in my paint here. And the reason being, I'm doing this on camera and I do not want to focus. Oh God, it's all out of focus, isn't it? That's my bad. Sorry about that, guys. That is the bloody problem. Right. Didn't realise I was out of focus. There we go. So this is why it's good to have somebody else when you're doing this sort of thing, just because they can keep tabs on the camera. It's hard to do when you're like doing this. Like I'm having to paint and then look at the camera at the same time, just to make sure everything's okay. I'd love to know how these pros do it. But then again, I suppose this is it, practice makes perfect. Which is not exactly surprising. There we go. I'm looking forward to using these. I have been playing with them against my little brother actually recently. He's playing a NATO force, so he's got two commands. I bought a German combat command off of eBay, which is a really good bargain actually. Like the actual leopards in there were really well painted, and everything else was brand new, so really good buy. Thing is, these combat commands are a little bit hard to find now. You can find them around. I got these off Magister Militum, I believe is the name of the website, so check that out. they've got a good arrangement on there. There's a good few left as well, I believe. There we go. I suppose the question a lot of you might be thinking then is like, what made you want to play Modern? I think it's one of these things of, I've never actually played Modern before, and I really don't know that much about Modern tanks, so I thought, you know what, hell, let's give it a go. Let's see how it turns out, really. What's the worst that can happen? But it's interesting. The Fistful of Toe rules are really very, very easy, like surprisingly easy. Battle Group was the one I played with Richard York quite often, actually. And that one was quite quick to play. I preferred that one to Bolt Action, because I think with Bolt Action, I don't know, there's a lot of, I mean, veterancy was super important. So it's one of those things of, if you had really veteran troops, you probably could pull off some really quite jammy things, actually. While as Battle Group, not so much. Veterancy is important, but it's not like a make or break. It doesn't affect, like, if you're going to get shot as much, really. Well, as in Bolt Action did. But I will go back to Bolt Action in the near future, actually. I bought a good number of Hungarians. I just need to strip them and actually do them properly. But this is it. It's like I've been getting into this hobby this year. I used to play Warhammer 40,000. I used to play Imperial Guard, actually. And that was fun. That was fun. I never won a game. Never, ever won a game. When I remember going to Warhammer World, and I was playing against a guy, and he was playing Orcs, and he had like, what was his name? What was it called? Like Gazgul, I think it was, like Gazgul Thrucker or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was now. And yeah, he absolutely just laid waste to me with that army. Well, not even so much the army, just the one bloody hero alone was really a pain. I did take him out though. Let's see if I move this a little bit closer. Is that better? Let's see. I'm going to adjust the camera now, actually. Let's see what I can do with this. Come on. Alright, put that onto autofocus. And we'll zoom this out. Let's see. Yeah, the thing is, I kind of wish I had like a laser or something like that, just to point to where the center is. That could be quite handy. Okay, how's that looking? Okay, that's better, isn't it, really? Yeah, that's actually a lot better. Yeah, anyway, so I got my arse handed to me that day. I did take him out in the end. I had some Imperial Guard snipers, and they did manage to take him down, like whittle him down. But it was really tough. And the thing is, it's like he destroyed a Lehman Russ by that time, and it's like, if you guys play Guard, you know that your squads are great. Like, in numbers, they are fantastic. Well, sometimes they are fantastic. It depends, really. It depends on how the dice favor you that day. But yeah, I lost my Lehman Russ, and then once I lost the Lehman Russ, I kind of lost the big, heavy hitter on our, on my front line. I think we're only playing like a small game. It might have only been like 1,000 points, maybe 1,500. I think it might have been 1,000 or something. I can't remember exactly now. But yeah, characters really hit hard at like small levels. Points, really. I don't know how the Guard play nowadays. I mean, I know they're called like Adeptus. God, I can't remember what they're called now. Some sort of ridiculous name. It's like an accurate name, but I'm always going to refer to them as Imperial Guard just because, well, they are Imperial Guard to me. It's what I grew up with. There we go. Let's bring that a little bit closer. What do you guys think then so far? Do you think the green looks good? I think the green looks good. It's a little out of focus. Yeah, there you go. You can see the details here. So it is thin, and I've been taking my dainty time with this. It is a bit dark. I think Russian green is a little lighter, not tremendously so. But we'll see. I think it's looking good so far. And the thing is, once they're all painted up, they're going to look great anyway, so it's one of these. I'm not a great painter, but just making sure everything has some colour is really nice. There we go. Let's get the side started. I'm going to try to not get it on the actual road wheels. I believe they're called road wheels. I'm not very good, oh, fuck. Don't get on and then I get it immediately on. Oh dear. I blame it on watching the camera. Oh, hey, it's not going too bad. Did any of you guys get any miniatures for Christmas then, actually? Any presents go around? The thing is, I used to get like 40k stuff for like Christmas. And the thing is, it's really awesome, but it's just so expensive. Like Warhammer 40,000 is just ridiculously expensive. There's Warhammer 30,000 now, but it's just, I don't know. I guess I'm sort of past that time, really. I'd play, but it's just so expensive. So expensive. There we go, that's not too bad. It's a little bit hard to see because I'm really looking at this from a distance. Like, normally I'd be significantly closer than this. That's not bad. There we go. I'd watch this with like a soft tone, I reckon, afterwards then. Now try not on the camera. There we go. Again, the shaky hands do not help. I'm really going to have to figure out like where I need to have this positioned. So I'm not doing tremendous here. Well, this is quite relaxing. There we go. The first one always takes the longest, in my opinion. In fairness, I don't have to be as careful here. So obviously, I could paint over on the tracks anyway. But I'm trying to take my time. I'm not entirely sure what colour the barrels would be, so I might just maybe put like a little bit of a grey highlight on those, try and make them look a little bit more metallic. There we go. Yeah, I find white to be really, really nice to work with. Especially for my blind arse. It just allows you to pick up the details. You can see where it's a little bit light as well on the model due to the fact that white will probably show on through. Also really highlights to yourself where you've missed. Okay. Now I could do with like some stands here. I tend to paint them in parts really, like so as they start with the hull and then like let that dry, then the tracks, just so I've got something to hold. I know some people actually have some devices that they use to hold onto them, which is probably a good investment really. But I think I'm going to call it there. So let's see. There we go. So you can see the details there of the model, very nice. So this is a T-80. Thinking about maybe buying some modern US or maybe even modern Japanese actually. They could be very interesting. But there we go. So thank you guys for watching. It's actually been a longer video than I thought, but that's probably because of me mucking up actually. Oh yeah, I'm going to say it's because of me mucking up. Oh dear. I think what I could do with is like a new lens as well. Like this one's okay, but it's not really suitable for this sort of thing. But yeah, this is one of the random videos I upload every now and then. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know. I've thought about maybe doing things in the future, like, I don't know, maybe even just like reading from books, to be honest. Or even like a podcast. A podcast could be interesting. I'd be interested to try and find some guests to talk to. And maybe have viewers suggest topics. But yeah, there we go. So thank you so very much there, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Do let me know if you like this. And if you've got any tips, especially if you've got any tips on like how you set things up if you do something like this. What do you think to brush technique? Do you have any brushes that you would recommend? Do you use an airbrush? I've considered using an airbrush, but I've heard that they're quite, I don't know, I've heard that you have to invest a decent amount to get anything good. Let me know what you think of the light, and I'm thinking about having like another light as well. Oh wow, I'm really zoomed in there. I'm thinking about having another light around the area as well. I've only got one behind me, but I'm thinking about having one from an opposite direction, so the light is natural. But yeah, there we go. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you later. If you guys enjoy this, please do go ahead and like the video, comment down below as well if you've got any thoughts, and if you're new to the channel, do go ahead and subscribe. And once again, yeah, go ahead and check out Magister Militum. That is where I purchase these bad boys. But you can also purchase them from GHQ in the US. So there we go. Goodbye for now.